There's still some who continue to express doubt that the Xbox Ally is a console. This is a very interesting, conversation so far, and there are some of us who are willing to make 50 videos answering and showing different perspectives, or at least pointing out different reasons why it is a console at the end of the day. There's no doubt about that. When you actually go ahead and take a look at what it's capable of, take a look at what a console is, what it's designed to do, and take a look at all of the pertinent aspects to it. So shout out to Sabella6293, the IT Crowd 22. Both of you had something to say about this. Sabella, you said, I see what Microsoft is doing with the PC space, but it's not an Xbox. It's a portable PC that plays Xbox and many other games. Again, not a bad thing at all, because PC is superior, but it's not an Xbox console. It's a new thing, Xbox PC. Now, this is very interesting because this is a new categorization that we're seeing out there, because according to your argument, you put this that it plays many other games. So therefore, it is not going to be a console. Now, here's the crazy thing. Your Xbox console can also play many other non-Xbox games. Did you hear what I said? The Xbox console, your Xbox Series X console, can play many other games. Now, based on your ownership of ROMs, you can emulate on your Xbox Series X. In fact, it got to a point where Nintendo was a little, sour about this possibility, that they wanted that this emulation of their games on the Xbox to basically get taken down by Microsoft. However, there are other titles that are not Xbox games, that are not Nintendo games from the PlayStation 1 and so on and so forth, that actually can be played on the Xbox Series X. Does that constitute your Xbox Series X not being a console? Or are we going to say emulation doesn't count even when the PlayStation 5 itself engages in emulation to play some old PlayStation games? If you can answer these questions for me and actually apply a similar standard, then I think, you can make that claim that the Ally X is not a console. But at every single point that we've had this, conversation, every single person that brings up one criteria or criterion or the other, every single one of those criterion or the other gets torn apart, because the consoles have always been PCs, and the perception that a closed ecosystem is what made it unique is what people still keep believing till today. I replied and I said, does the Xbox Series X or S have the ability to play other games? I haven't gotten a reply. And the IT Crowd said, if it's an Xbox, why do I have to rebuy Elden Ring, Red Dead Redemption 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Dark Souls games, and countless others that I own on Xbox? This question, the IT Crowd 22, you already know the answer to. You know the answer is because those developers, all third-party developers, by the way, did not make their games play anywhere. In fact, some developers are inconsistent with their play anywhere paradigm. In fact, I've made a video more recently showing you different developers who engage in play anywhere, and some developers who hopscotch over the play anywhere thing. I can't speak. Such as Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers has on their Game Pass, lineup, on their Xbox lineup, 2 games that are play anywhere and 2 games in their more recent releases that are not play anywhere. I'll show you all of them. Gotham Knights, play anywhere, right? Look at it right here. Xbox Play Anywhere. I bought this version on Xbox. IT Crowd 22. Do I need to rebuy this game again? If the Rogue Ally X is not a console? Again, I know exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to play smart. It's okay. I understand the gotcha attempts. That's what this is, right? And this is a third-party game. Mortal Kombat 11, right? Do I have to rebuy it again on Xbox? It's an Xbox Play Anywhere title. It's a third-party title, right? Then, a game like Mortal Kombat 1 and Hogwarts Legacy, they did not make those games play anywhere, right? So the third-party developers themselves are the ones that are not taking advantage of Play Anywhere, because Play Anywhere, or at least putting the game on the PC side, grants them a reduced, fee that they have to pay. It's 12% on the PC side. Xbox has sweetened the deal since I think like 2022 or 2021 for them to take advantage of putting their games on the PC side. just like Epic Games. Now, sometimes they'll put their games on Epic Games. Sometimes they'll put their games on, Game Pass PC. Final Fantasy, why didn't you say Final Fantasy 16? Do you know why you didn't say that? Because you know that it's a Play Anywhere game. These are third-party games. We've not even gotten into the first-party side of things. So if you kind of think about it, oh, yeah, hold on, there's another one. Freaking Death Stranding, the director's cut. Play Anywhere. So it is up to the third-party developers to take advantage on how they're going to make money and how they're going to design their game. In fact, what's even funny is, when you kind of think about how these games, are made, like, say, even across the Steam's ecosystem, right? Let's consider, what's the name? Some of the games on Steam, they cannot play on the Steam Deck, right? If you kind of understand what it is that, I mean, they won't play on the Steam Deck. So you have to basically use a mouse and a keyboard in the way that the games were designed to go ahead and play them. There are all kinds of discrepancies here and there. And these are things that you need to account for if you want to be honest about the conversation. If all you want to do is do gotchas and all that, you're not helping anything about the conversation. In fact, what's going to happen is you're going to end up buying this particular device just because, at the end of the day, you want to basically enjoy its benefits. Let's not be fooled about this, that this device, I mean, it comes with a cost. It comes at some kind of a sacrifice. There's no single platform that can play everything except PC if the determination is there. You get what I mean? Like, if you understand what I mean. Now, there are also games that are not available on PC. College football, stinking MLB The Show and such. But what many people are not paying attention is this device subverts PlayStation's attempts to make Xbox irrelevant. Have you guys not paid attention lately? Because I know exactly what might be going on here is some people are trying to avoid the reality that Neo 3 is no longer going to be a PlayStation console exclusive. Do you understand what's going on? Neo 3 is not going to be a PlayStation console exclusive anymore. It's going to be available on the Xbox Ally X via subversion of the market. You see, that's one thing I keep getting, that continues to surprise me when people are making a lot of these claims. It's like you don't understand what's gone on in the gaming industry, or are you playing coy to make it seem like, you're saying something very, you're saying something very unique in a sense. You're not. They're like early 2026. Add to your wish list the Steam version, the alpha demo, blah, 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 blah. You can basically make your way here. You can play the alpha demo for a limited time, which is an exclusive bonus. Available for a limited time, until June 28th. PS5 version, play the alpha demo, available for a limited time. So pretty much, if you want to go ahead and, play the alpha demo, they're making it, exclusive to the PS5, but just as they usually, I think they did that with Neo, the first Neo game. I remember playing that first demo or the first alpha demo or whatever it is. But this game is not going to miss Xbox. It ain't going to skip Xbox. You feel me? And this is where people don't necessarily want to pay attention to. They're like thinking, oh, do I have to rebuy? Why do I have to rebuy and rebuy? You're not selling your Xbox to buy yourself a Rogue Ally X handheld. You know that, right? You don't have to go ahead and trade it in that regard, because that box can already play your existing library and will be able to, some of your existing library will be able to move over forward to be able to enjoy what the Rogue Ally X can actually offer you, which would be other storefronts that have been, designed to skip the Xbox platform. But Xbox has basically checkmated everybody in one move. I don't understand how everybody is looking at this device and saying, but it's not really an Xbox, it's a PC. Well, duh. It's running a PC operating system just like your console is. Don't worry. Y'all are not going to get out of this argument easily. I'm just saying, even those of you on Xbox that are still doubting, this is not going to be an easy argument for you to wrap your already conditioned mind around. You've already been conditioned to think that the console is unique in an aspect. It's not. It never has been. That's why there's always been the bickering back and forth. And this is why, and I hate to say it, when I look at the meme world, and I'm not too fond of the meme world, but the jokes sometimes write themselves. When those on the PC Master Race side will start talking smack at the console people, and the console people start talking smack at the PC Master Race, this is why they basically, in a sense, talk down on console. because the consoles have basically been locked to only do specific things while the PC is renegade and you can unlock it yourself. So now that Xbox is handing the keys to to Xbox gamers, some Xbox gamers are looking at the keys going, what am I going to do with this? It's like, yo, the freedom of Windows. This is what all the PC gamers have been telling you about here. And some of you are like, well, this is not a console. What? Why would you want to go back to a console? Why would you want to go back to bondage when they're giving you the keys to freedom? That's exactly the question that I and other people on the PC side are looking and asking and saying, goodness, they're handing you this stuff on a pedestal. And the crazy thing is you don't even have to spend all that money, which is wild. Because I've been looking at a lot of other handhelds. I'm looking at the Legion Go, and I'm like, man, the Legion Go provides a strong proposition, bigger screen. I'm not talking about the Legion Go S. I'm talking about the Legion Go itself. 8.8 screen of 144 hertz and all of this stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, man, once Xbox opens this door and then puts a branded Xbox version and everybody can get themselves anything they want from anywhere else, all this talk about game skipping Xbox, it's a dead talk. Developers are going to be looking and saying, why are we taking money for exclusivity when Xbox gamers can just still go ahead and play the game and not be bothered? They're going to ask for more money from PlayStation, or they go to where sales are. Because right now, I'm going to make another video on that. I'm going to make another video on that. Thanks for watching this one. Hopefully we'll talk in another one. Peace out.